Making time both for your professional and your personal life, it may be more important than you think. Researchers in Germany looked at this, the habits of working adults in Europe, and they found that those who reported that poor work-life balance were actually twice as likely to also report poor physical health, which absolutely makes sense to me. I mean, we talk a lot about sleep here. We talk a lot about stress and the impact that it can have on your body. And if you just aren't getting that good balance, no doubt it plays a role in how you're feeling physically.
Oh yeah, I think that's kind of we've known that, really.
Right.
I mean, you know, research has shown that for years, or at least we've said that too. So I definitely agree with that. I mean, when I saw this, I was kind of like, well, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
You know?
They found some gender differences here, though, that men are more willing to confess and report, or maybe men are just worse at this. Hard to say which one of these things is happening, but men are more likely to say, yeah, I've got a bad balance. It's not good. But women are more likely to suffer adverse effects of the experience of having this poor balance.
Yeah, and it was interesting too to look at, because men are more likely to report how many hours they are working, and women, it's given from their company how many hours they're working. So there's a skew in that too, because we know, the research has shown us, is that while men are doing more outside of the workplace, that women are still taking on the bulk of the responsibility outside of the workplace at the home. So you would imagine, of course you would see that gender difference.
Now this is a European study. I thought the Europeans were way more enlightened than us, and maybe they'd be doing a better job of this.
You saw it. Different places where if you have the parental leave, if you have the more flexible work schedules, some of those countries really reported differences than some of the other countries.
Wasn't it like Norway
Europe.
or something like that had, I can't remember, somewhere like that had like really good.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, I think I sometimes feel a little frustrated that there's this sense that like there's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
We just have to accept that like work is hard. There's no real thing as work-life balance. But the truth is there are policy changes that governments can enact or businesses could do voluntarily that lead to better results. You're never going to achieve this idea of work-life balance. Like, I don't know. Can you achieve it? No. Like, no matter where you go on that continuum, you always are going to want, it's never going to be exactly right. But there are things you can do to make this work better so people aren't losing their minds and getting sick and not able to take time off and take care of their kids.
Right, and if you look at COVID too, people are reported just working all the time because they are working from home. And then the added responsibility of if distance learning, what happens again in this fall. I mean, those pressures there, and you would think that companies or the government would really start taking a look at this event and saying, oh, you know, what is the impact on people's health? We might need to do something about this.
Right.
Yeah. This situation obviously like out of the norm and makes it even harder.
Yeah.
But